It is 6:32. We're going to call the select board meeting, regular select board meeting to order. This is select board meeting for Monday, November 24th, 2025. Are we recording? Nope.
Sorry, let's do it
Recording in
again.
progress.
Now we'll do it.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to call the meeting to order at 6:32. This is a regular select board meeting for Monday, November 24th, 2025.
I'll make a
Can I get a motion?
motion to
Yep, go
approve
ahead.
the agenda that may be amended.
Can I get a second? Second, all right. Is there any
Are we really
additions?
going into executive session for,
There's one for contracts,
okay,
yeah. It's just an update.
okay, just,
Yeah. So we'll have one for contracts, not personnel. Is there any, do we have the Cedar here?
Yes.
That's good. Awesome. Marble Valley, I think they're not coming, right?
no,
Okay.
we're settled. Just-
Okay, cool. So anything else that needs to be added or removed? Nope. All right, so all in favor as the agenda, for the agenda as presented, say aye. Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of November 10th, 2025.
I second.
Okay. Is there any corrections, additions, anything that needs to be made?
So the only thing I would say is everybody keeps referring to the thing out at the golf course as a slab that building sits on.
Yeah.
It's a foundation. So, I mean, the slab, everybody thinks that you just tear it up and put down a new slab. It's not, it's a foundation.
Okay.
It's more than a slab.
Okay. So if we can just make a note to,
Actually,
Correct that. yeah.
You just cut it off and put it on to the foundation,
What's that?
if they get a new structure.
Well,
Bolt it
yeah,
on.
right. It just would not be able to be bigger or smaller. It's gotta,
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta be exact.
it's gotta be that footprint.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Okay, cool. And that's the only minutes we had, correct? Yep. All right, so that takes us to first set of citizens'
We made a motion,
concerns.
we have to-
Oh, that's right, we do have to vote on it, huh? All right, so there's a motion on the floor for approving the minutes with the correction of a slab to foundation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain? No. All right, now we can move on to citizen concerns. And start in the audience, if there's anything in the audience. Andrew, go ahead, just make sure to state your full name.
Yep, Andrew Gellin. I have a question about the new fire hydrants.
You can ask,
Are they gonna be labeled before the snow comes, so the loader's not gonna rip them out of the ground?
I will get with someone to make sure. That's a good flag.
I believe some kind of special brackets must be installed and the markers.
Yeah. Brian's working on those, so it is being worked on.
Awesome, thank you.
And thanks for bringing that
Brian
up.
is with us if you want to have him speak.
Oh, hey, Brian.
This is doing it, so.
I think he's trying to
You
talk.
gotta unmute yourself. There you go.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we are in the works in getting flags put in order to make sure that they're marked, at least, for snow visibility. Just looking to get the final cost on it and get it from, I'm looking at a couple different people in town to go ahead and purchase about 30 from. We'll put those in and see how those goes. I mean, obviously, we'll know what we need past this winter, but those 30 should be good for what we have right now.
Excellent.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Brian.
Thank you.
Good. All right, coming across the room. Actually, let me just jump back to Deb now. I'll come over there for you. Go ahead.
Okay. There was a discussion about the Killington Road down by Route 4 and those bricks, cobblestones,
Yeah.
and you were discussing them not working out.
Correct.
And I would like to see a guardrail put there.
Okay. We are, so yes, we're still in discussions regarding that, but I will bring that for like a feasibility.
Yeah, for the
I
safety,
think they've looked at it.
It's an engineering.
safety
Yeah.
of the pedestrians,
Yeah. All right, thank you, Deb.
yeah.
John Weiss Hockey, speaking as a citizen this evening. So I'd like to request an overview of the town manager hiring process, if I could.
John, we have spoken of it in past town meetings.
Yep,
Basically,
and I've
we-
listened to some, and I'd like to just get some more detail on it.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
the only detail I can give you is we are in the interview process,
Mhm.
and obviously, that's confidential because of
Sure, I'm not asking
protecting the
about
confidentiality of the
names.
candidates.
Process.
Okay, yeah, we've gone through three sets of candidate interviews.
Mhm.
Okay, we have,
Bill, can I ask you who authored the job description, please?
who authored the job description.
Yes, who wrote the job
We
description?
got job description information from the town.
So,
okay, from
who
town
within the
documents.
town authored that?
I have no idea who authored it in the past, I'm not sure.
I think
Board
Tom
chairman?
did the last one, Tom Yadel. So I don't know if that's one that was used. Was put up by our current town town manager. So that would, I believe, the one that was written by Tom was used. Any alterations would have been made by the office staff, including the town office, or town manager.
Okay, so you had no involvement in the process at all? Okay, and who was assigned to review applications?
We have a committee of people that are.
To take them in, or
Excuse me?
to take applications in,
Yeah,
or to review them?
The initial applications that were submitted were reviewed by Dick Horner, okay, and he distributed them, okay, to members of the select board and to the committee. We did make a decision to discount a couple of candidates, okay, and the rest of the candidates we did bring in for interviews.
Okay, and so when you get to the latter part of the process, when you have whittled it down, how many are you whittling it down to for your final selection criteria?
Okay, we currently have whittled it down to 2 candidates.
So there was not 3? I thought that someone had told me that their request was going to be for 3 people to be put forward by everybody.
Based on the number of candidates that we looked at, okay, we did originally come to 3 candidates, okay, but based upon the 3rd candidate's qualification, we decided that that candidate was not nowhere near as good as the other 2 candidates that we had looked at for town manager, but that candidate might be potentially good for another position we have open in town.
Okay.
And, we haven't discussed that with the candidate yet,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
okay? Anything else on that?
Oh, actually, I'd like to add, Patrick, when did you first decide that you would be part of this process? When did you put your name forward? The very first time that you put your name forward in the process?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look back at my email. Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? Going online? Anything from online? They will. Yeah, good. Your camera's on. It's nice to see you. All right, see.
So much for that.
Yeah, come on, see you later. All right. Seeing no one else come off you besides Will, if you have a question, you're more than happy to ask. But
No
seeing
questions at the moment.
no questions at the moment. Seeing none, we're going to move on to Board of Liquor Control.
Good evening. I have WHGKML Management LLC, which is the Killington Mountain Lodge, and their applications are renewals for a first, third, second, and outside consumption.
I make a motion for the town clerk to move forward with
GKML
for
Management.
first and third,
First, third, second, and outside
second
consumption.
and outside consumption.
Yeah.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Is there anything special we need to know about it?
No,
Nope.
it's a renewal.
All right, so all in favor of first,
Second.
second, third, and outside for, would you write down the?
WHGKML.
Thanks. WHGKML, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Abstain? Nope, all right.
And that's all.
Thank you, Peggy.
You're
Moving
welcome.
on. Next up, we have Cedar, Rutland, or the Real Rutland Program Discussion.
Hello.
Hi, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, do you want me to stay here or come up?
Wherever you feel comfortable, if you want to come up, sit right
Come
there.
up.
So right here on the microphone.
And is it okay if I pass these folders out to everyone? Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Olivia Buxbaum. I am the Communications and Marketing Manager for the Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland Region, and I oversee the Real Rutland program. My concierge coordinator, Caitlin Gates, was not able to be here tonight. She sends her apologies. So I am here because typically around this time of year, we come and talk to everyone. In the most recent few go-arounds with the budget, this has been added, and so first of all, I would like to say thank you very much. We appreciate all of the support. And for any of the new faces, I can just give a brief overview of what the Real Rutland program is. This is our regional marketing initiative. So we have acknowledged that we need more people in the area to keep the community thriving. We represent all of Rutland County, so we are marketing across the nation to entice and invite and help people to relocate here to Rutland County. In Killington, we have 3 concierge volunteers who are people who live, work, and play here, and they work with those people. So if someone says, hello, I'd like to move, but I need more information, first they speak with Caitlin, and then she matches them with one of our volunteers who has similar interests or has a similar job set, and they can essentially become their first friend when they relocate here. We have had 4 families as of 2021 relocate to Killington. That was 12 people. We know not everyone is moving here and coming through our program. Some people are using us either after they move or just for help looking at things on our website. But we are here for people. We have also, in the past, we did a weekend getaway, and we decided that the return on investment was not as great. So we are now doing a gift card program, is what it's called, and it's a relocation package. So for those families who do relocate here, we give them a package of gift cards that we purchase from our Cedar member businesses across the county. So then that way it spreads the wealth throughout the county, and it entices them to also spend more money locally.
Excellent.
So, I would just make everybody go to the budget that we have in front of us and go to the 3rd page from last, where it has appropriations.
What's this? Thank you.
8th from the bottom
8th from the bottom.
of appropriations. It says REDC. So back probably about 4 or 5 years ago, they came in, this is how we work it. You first come in the one time, it goes out for a vote, as long as they're not asking for something different, it just goes right back on. They don't have to keep on coming here, but they are the one group that keeps coming here to give us
Yeah.
updates if you need to
It's
ask
much
a question.
appreciated.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
So-
appreciate you all.
I can actually speak on the Real Rutland program if you want me to.
Sure, did you use it?
So actually, back when the Real Rutland campaign first launched, I don't think you were there yet, but I was one of the first people to do the videos. I was the town clerk in Rutland Town at the time. It's no longer up there because I'm not the town clerk anymore, so it's kind of hard to have me up there if I'm not really the town clerk. But it was a great program that I was very happy to be part of, and I think it's really, really helpful for the area.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it is nice seeing someone come from all of
From
these
the
groups,
lists, yeah.
even though they don't have to, so pass that on to whoever for next year.
Yeah.
It is
Thank
nice
you.
seeing.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Olivia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone have questions for her or anything? Familiar. Cool.
All right,
All right.
my card is in there, Caitlin's card is in there, so if you do come up with any questions,
Yeah.
Can
feel
you
free
come to
email.
every meeting so we can get a pen?
You know where our office is. You can come get one.
Yeah, if anyone has not been down to
No,
the
for the
hub
meeting.
offices, there's something to check out. It's a
Yeah.
really nice area.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Will you be offended if I head out?
No,
All
please
right.
do.
Have a great night,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you.
Careful, it's icy out there.
Yes.
I'm just full of surprises.
I know you are. All right, next is going to be resolution, community bank expense note. Is that you?
Yeah, it is me.
Okay.
So, the community bank expense note for the FEMA expense right now is on the table for you all to sign. We need to refinance it because the FEMA projects have not been completed. Will and I were talking about a timeline, and the absolute, fingers crossed, what we're shooting for, hope, is that by the end of next fall, we will be completely done with all of these projects. But in the meantime, we do need to refinance our bond, or our note from Community Bank, because we don't, we need to be able to use those funds, and we haven't gotten repaid from FEMA yet because our projects are still in the works. The bond itself, Monica and I were able to talk to Community Bank, and we were able to get our rate decreased by 1.08% for this refinance. So instead of 6.45%, we are now at 5.37%, which is a much nicer number. So, yep, and I just need someone to say that we're able to sign it.
I'll make a motion for, who's signing this?
That's for all of us.
Yep.
But
I make a motion for the chair of the board to sign the Town of Killington resolution, current expense borrowing for FEMA, and the amount is $2,011,263.05 at a rate of 5.37.
37.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Before I sign that, can I get a second? Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Unless there's any, sorry, should ask for discussion.
I'm reviewing it, it says select board or a majority thereof.
All right, well,
So
Oh,
it's
so-
I'll
asking
change
for-
my motion for the select board to sign it.
Okay. So select board to sign it. All in favor, we're still gonna go with that. Aye. Aye. All right, opposed, abstained. I'll pass this around right now.
Okay.
It's yours.
Thank you.
All right, next one is gonna be Marble Valley Regional Transit District of the bus.
I can take it from
You wanna
here.
take it? Yeah.
So the bus is not getting all the subsidies that they're supposed to get anymore, like a lot of other places. The winter bus that starts this Thursday, coming up Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The KPAA has met. I believe you and I both went to one together.
Yeah.
I've gone to about 3 of them. I've also gone to 2 up at the resort with the bus in the resort. It is, I believe, 76,200 and change for the winter bus. We did drop the midnight bus, which dropped probably around 12 grand from the figure, because only 8 people a week were using total the midnight bus. So Kirsten, I believe you've gone through some paperwork or whatever, and there is somewhere around $75,000 or $77,000 in the budget from appropriations. But the instructions that I went around, KPA is putting up $5,000. The car group is putting up $2,500. Sushiyoshi is putting up $1,000. The Mountain Inn is putting up $500. The Cascade is putting up $500. The town will kick in 65 of that 70, whatever that is left for this winter. And as you sat into that meeting that day, the bigger issue is getting from Easter, after Easter Sunday, for a full year
Yep.
going around. And Matt Kinsman has put together with businesses and Chris Condon up at the resort, who sits on the bus with me down in Rutland. There's no need to have a bus, in their mind, the businesses, this is not us,
Right.
but there is no need to have a bus the day after Easter Sunday until probably late June. So they're gonna be cutting out a bunch of days of the bus coming up. This is nighttime,
Yeah.
okay?
We're not talking the 7 to 7.
This is not talking the 7 to 7, okay? This is 7 to 6 really, so this is
Yeah.
like the 7 o'clock and later. So I'm just gonna make a motion that we move forward with this new MOU with the change of, underneath the commitment that the town of Killington is committed to by providing the sum of $65,000, okay, not the $76,220, okay? And the and then add 65,000, and the balance would be collected from business organizations that have already committed.
Yep.
So we need to change it to 65.
So that would be for the winter, correct?
That will be for the winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the motion that I make.
Okay, so can I
Yeah.
get a second, then we'll discuss. Can I get a second on that?
Second,
All right. Discussion. Do we have plans for the summer then? Because that eats the whole appropriation, right?
Well,
And-
so
and
the
the little
summer
extra
is
we
not
found.
gonna start until like June 26th,
Right.
not the April.
But we, as a town, we don't have anything budgeted for that.
Right now, what we have is, say, $10,000, okay?
Right.
And then we're going to be, it's $33,000, $32,000 that's normally put into the budget, because there's a $1,200 other appropriation fee. And we're waiting for the real price to come back from. This might be, I don't know, to be honest with you, it may not work after this winter.
Right, that's all right, so.
And then there's gonna be a conversation coming up, I guess, is there'll be some businesses that will say they believe this is a municipal issue.
Right.
And I'll say, as a board member, for just me, I don't think this is just a town.
Right, a majority of the
Issue.
ridership is employees.
Well,
going to
I
businesses.
believe the town should have something, but we have.
Yeah.
We
So-
have put money in,
Yeah.
and we're committed to, we're not committed to, there's a 20% match that they're arguing over now for the 7 in the morning
Mhm.
till the 6 at night. And just let the businesses work that out, and the town has a certain dollar amount that we're committed to.
yeah, I mean, on one hand, I agree with Jim, okay, it's not a quote, town
Right,
responsibility, but we are the responsible people of last resort, okay, which is why we're getting this MOU. So I think high on the list when the new town manager begins is to at least create some sort of a working group between the town and the business community, okay, to create an outline for a transportation plan. Because right now, we are not a world-class resort community with the transportation services we're providing.
Right.
Okay, and it's, again, whether or not the town funds it or the businesses fund it, I'm not even talking about that. We just are so bad at this, okay? And I think the reason that the bus is having continuous problems is they keep depreciating their service over the years, okay? And so as a result, people don't want to continue to fund a proposition that they themselves keep peeling back. So I would like to see some sort of a working group put together, you know, through the town manager's office, okay, to
yeah,
basically come up with some proposals going into the summer and beyond.
right.
Okay, and I'd like to see some of the larger construction projects, okay, that are going on in town, okay, having some discussions with them about the impact that they're gonna have on moving around the town.
That's good.
And the group, just so you know, that is already working through all of this, you know, it's gonna come to that the bus spends more minutes driving around in Killington. But the argument is that there are a lot of employees of employers, okay, that live down outside of Killington.
Right.
And this is just, the money is there for the winter, and there is a discussion. If the new town manager wants to put somebody on to sit in with this group, then go ahead. So we'll wait and see what happens there, but this is gonna give a breathing room for maybe 2 months. And then
Right.
start
Well, that's what
looking
I was
at
gonna say.
summer and winter,
So
and
right now, like, that's the thing that I just want to make clear to everyone, because right now, the allocations for this year was 33,000 for the bus. And part, like you said, part of that is the 1,500, and then half winter, half summer. We're going over that 33 because there was other allocation money that wasn't used prior, that is owed to them. And so that's what we can get to them. But again, that takes out all the plan for any kind of summer stuff. So right now, there's no funding mechanism for night bus.
Right. The bigger issue is it's $76,220 to run the winter.
Yeah,
The bus for the summer, making some cuts
Could be
This is
less.
the businesses with Matt Kinsman from the resort, who's one of the bigger
Yeah.
payers in this thing here, because they put in money for certain things too. Is around 42, I think, for the summer.
So it may
So
easier
you're
to get that
talking
over a
about,
longer
well, you're
period.
talking about $118,000. But what I want to make sure, and then it's in the minutes, is like, this is just the nighttime bus.
Right.
They're not getting subsidies for or they're getting cuts to the subsidies for the daytime bus. And they're going to be going to every single town looking for a higher amount for the daytime match of
Right,
20%. So the businesses and the resort is going to have more power than any single citizen, any town manager or because they do a lot of other stuff with them that they pay privately. So when the bus looks at this, there is no other town or even city of Rutland is asking for after 6 o'clock at night. This is just extra stuff.
This is a special.
And the only reason why it goes through, say, Mendon and Rutland and
That's how you have to get
Rutland
here.
City or whatever, because they have to come up to here,
Yep.
okay?
Okay. So do we have a motion out to
We
sign
did.
that?
Yeah, we did. And I made that change from the 65,000.
Yes.
And then to say, balance to come from resort and other businesses.
Any questions on that? Questions, you guys? Questions online or in the audience about the bus? Nope.
Many businesses out there, if you're using it, I really,
Yeah. It's
just, the
Yeah, you gotta support it.
KPA put out an email, I think, last week, asking for donations. Don't know how it's going.
Yep.
But it's covered for this winter between the town,
And a handful.
and a handful of businesses.
Yeah. All right. So
Patrick, I
Yeah,
just
go
want
ahead.
to add, it's Lisa, I just want to add, one thing and you talked about the new town manager and Bill's comments, and I agree, we really need to take a look at kind of a comprehensive transportation plan. I mean, we're spending, we have a raise grant, and as part of that, we're going to be putting in bus pullouts, bus stops, bus shelters, so it's, it'd be a shame to invest all this money in infrastructure for the bus and then
right.
see a
See it
decline in
go away.
service, so, yeah.
And what Lisa's
Fully agree.
talking about with the bus stops and stuff would make it a more reliable time
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Because now, since there's no bus stops, they have to stop every single time someone waves their hand, and even if they're not at a bus
Also,
stop.
be safer on the road too, in theory.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. So,
All right.
Much safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole point,
Right.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
safety improvement, but I'm just saying that, I think it's part of the fact that the town's investing all this money, we really need to kind of work with the bus to get a reliable transportation system
but we really
in
need to
place.
find out after this winter
Just
what it's
what
really
it's
gonna cost.
Yeah.
Maybe R33 goes up, maybe not, we don't know.
All right. So all in favor of moving forward with the MOU with the alteration of changing the dollar amount to 65,000, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Abstain? All right, passes. Next up is update on the line striping. If you have, if you have been on West Hill Road, East Mountain Road, or River Road, you'll notice that they are still not striped. We had L&D, who is our contractor on this, come out on the 19th, and they advised that they couldn't warranty the epoxy because of the salt and some of the moisture. The solution that they said, because they understand that we had scheduled this back at the beginning of October, and they ran into some scheduling difficulties, some personnel, family issues that came up, and the normal things that happen. So this is to the board here. There's a couple options. We can just go ahead and epoxy everything, knowing that's not going to be warranted and likely going to fail. Not a great option, in my opinion, but that's one option. Another option is we do nothing until the spring. Then we are not going to have any lines on West Hill and East Mountain, which may be a safety issue. The third option is the medium, where we hold off on our majority striping till, well, all the permanent striping until the spring. And for the winter, L&D said that they would give us cost on epoxy to go down yellow lines for West Hill and East Mountain, with the idea that it may not last. I mean, the intent is that it's not really going to be a permanent thing. It's not going to last, but it is an effort. It is getting lining on the roads that.
So it's provisional painting.
It's provisional paintings for the winter.
That's epoxy or paint.
We're
If
talking.
you're gonna spend the money, you might as well spend it on paint, I mean.
Well, they'd be willing to give it to cost, and so they said the cost of paint would be.
I'm gonna make a
20 hold on.
motion to, I'm gonna make, so we can get
Do
a
you want me-
conversation.
Okay, I was gonna give you that.
Okay, make a motion for a conversation. I'm gonna make a motion to, hold off on the line striping until the springtime. And if I can get a second, then we can have a conversation.
Okay,
You
second.
know.
All right, so right now, the cost for the temporary, like at cost, they'd give us for paint would be 20 cents a foot. For epoxy would be 25 cents a foot. That's what they'd give us at cost. And that would work out for West Hill and East Mountain, that'd work out to about just under 5,000, so 4 and change for the paint. And the epoxy would be 5 and change, 5,000 and change.
Call it 10K.
No, we would only do one or the
Oh,
other.
okay,
Yeah,
four-
so it'd be
four
four
or
or
five.
five. They would say that they would have more faith in throwing the epoxy down than the paint, because the paint may just not dry.
Happened before.
Right, exactly, that's been washed away in a week. So the epoxy will at least have a chance to go into the winter. That's kind of where we are on it. My personal opinion is, for liability and safety, is to get something down on East Mountain and West Hill, and we don't touch River Road for the winter, because River Road should have less traffic and is a flat surface versus a hill that we know is gonna have out-of-towners on it.
So, at one of the meetings, I thought it was stated that if we don't have line striping, there's somewhere in the neighborhood of $200,000 we're not gonna get.
So that's actually a conversation that Patrick and I had about this whole line striping thing, because I was concerned about it. We are, and we'll get to that too, because I have the treasurer's information for the restricted funds, which is kind of, this is part of that
Yeah.
conversation, which I know Monica brought extra copies for all of you, because she wasn't able to get it in the packet. But basically, the $200,000 is a V-Trans grant that we got in order to do River Road. In order to get that money back, we have to have the River Road project completely done. That includes striping, that includes everything. Right now, the only thing that we need is striping. We have until 2027 to finish it.
Yeah.
I would like to get it done before the end of this fiscal year so that we have that money back. Obviously, if we can't, we can't, but the hope is that we will be able to get this done by the end of the fiscal year. So we may end up having to push River Road back to, say, May, but we can still get the V-Trans grant in as soon as that line striping is down. Everything else is done, that's the last piece of it. So as soon as we have that in, we can get the funding back. So it's not necessarily we're not rushing to get the money. I mean, obviously, we would like to have that money in the bank, but we're not under any specific pressures to be able to get that done, because we have time. So
we've gone 1 or 2 years without striping on any of our roads because of L&D. Saying that October, this contract was given out when Abby was here.
The original contract, yes. To stripe these roads was not till October, because they weren't finished.
Same thing every year with
Yes.
them. I mean, they're the.
And I can
it's
tell you, the
one
last time that
big-
L&D did any work for us prior to this year, they put down striping,
this
I
time of
think,
year.
Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, so it would be tomorrow.
Mhm.
And it was gone by Friday.
Yeah, that was down by, was it
No, it was
400 or was
pretty
it?
much all the roads.
all the- yeah.
They did River Road, they did West Hill, they did Killington Road, they did East Mountain Road. And it was down. And they billed us some $37,000.
Yeah, I think the full bill for this one would
And we
be
did not
26 or
pay
something.
it. And it got thrown to me to deal with them, to say the job was not done right because management couldn't do it. And that was, when I say management, I mean the manager at the time. So it came to me and I spoke to them, we did not pay them. And then we went off to whatever.
We had our own
person's
for a
name
little
was.
while.
No, we had a person that did it for us.
Yeah, yeah.
And would get it done on time, and it was actually lasting. So we were promised, when we put it out for bid for these roads to be done, long before October,
Yes.
that it came with striping at that time. So L&D is hard to work with, and you know that, Ricky.
Yeah.
And,
They've learned
you
that.
know, it's a large company or whatever, and I just think, you know, you're throwing $5,000 away by saying to do it. I mean, within the next bunch of weeks, hopefully there's 4 or 5 feet of snow coming down in the next 5 or 6 weeks. And there's a guardrail of snow gonna be along East Mountain Road, and it's a snowbank.
You can see there's a salt residue on the road already.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, it's not gonna take, it's not gonna take.
So
This has to be done before.
So what is our liability?
No roads have to be, they don't have to be striped. They don't. They have, we've had years before where they're not striped,
Mhm.
you know? So if you wanna spend $5,000 to put something down, then I'm gonna tell you, and I think Ricky will back me, probably within a week, it'll be
I
gone.
don't believe it. I would be shocked if it stayed.
Yeah. So, you know, that's why I made the motion, but
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I would just like some guarantee from somebody that we're not in a liable situation here.
okay, so I will,
I don't know who would do that.
well,
That's it.
we're meeting up again next Monday, right?
I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
We just talked to somebody,
It'd be-
V-Trans
yeah,
probably,
it'd be-
right?
oh,
No,
yeah.
it would be
V-Trans or
VLCT.
VLCT.
It would be
VLCT,
yeah,
yeah.
no. So I will remove my motion for tonight.
Sure.
Whoever seconded it, please just say
Second.
yes, okay? And then I'm gonna make a suggestion that we go to VLCT, our insurance company, to find out if there is a liability, is what Jay is saying. And have the answer back for next Monday.
Okay, with the understanding that if we, and again, this is not to rush, but we meet next Monday, and we say, we do want the temporary, then we're pushing it out a little bit further.
I mean, I guess my issue is that if you're gonna go to your insurance company, you're gonna say, if we're not striped, are we held liable?
Right.
And then we go out and we stripe it, and it's gone in 5 days.
Well, then we at
Does
least
that
made
mean
the
every
effort.
single week we have to stripe it?
I would
so-
say that there was an effort made,
I'm just saying, ask the
good
question.
faith effort, yeah.
I mean,
So.
Yeah.
I
So
know we have
it-
had a lot of people come in the office.
You know what, to keep us going here tonight, if the answer comes back from VLCT that we must at least try striping it, I'm gonna make a motion that
I
then,
like
if
that
that
motion.
answer comes back that way, then we must move forward. So I'll make a motion upon VLCT saying yes,
Then we'll move forward
then we move forward with the 5,000.
without having another meeting, and if
Without
they
having
come
that.
back and they say, no, we
No.
don't have to,
Then we
then
don't have
we'll,
another meeting.
yeah, then we'll just talk
So-
about it to make sure that's where we want to do.
You follow that? If VLCT says we must, then go forward with the $5,000. If VLT says no, then we wait till the springtime. That's my motion. So you
Okay.
can find out.
Can I get a
tomorrow.
second? Right, can I get a second? Okay, second, Jay. I did see a question. Go ahead, Andrew,
Yes,
state your name.
Andrew Gedda. I believe if we cannot paint those roads, the safest way to do it is to install centerline rumble strips. Because in the winter.
Those get pushed up by the plow though,
No.
right?
No.
No, but those are the lines when you drive at night and you hear the sound. At least some spring, summer, fall, even in the winter. When you cross them, people will get alert that they're crossing the other line.
Those are cut out of the pavement, right?
Yeah, so those are called
Round out.
centerline rumble
Why don't we
strips.
just wait?
Yeah, well, okay.
Just say-
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right. Any other question online?
Brian Eaton? I think.
John Deere.
No, that's it.
No,
that's-
Brian's our
that-
water guy,
that-
yeah.
That's your hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your mouse.
My mouse, yes.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm confusing people.
Go ahead, John.
John Wysocki, the only cautionary spot I can really consider is on East Mountain Road at the sharp corner.
Yeah.
Like, and I only say that because I drive it probably the most frequently on a daily basis as far as any road that I drive in town. And that corner, like even today, I had to slow down twice, going both directions in and out because of like, I'll say a Casella truck, but whatever the truck was, going in either direction. It's just that it's a wide berth for them because they have to really slow down with the heavy load in there. So I don't know what the answer is there, but like on a straight path of road, I think it's negligible, but like in that particular situation, I don't know what you do, but it's like, it's concerning in that corner.
John is talking about, I think they call it Rogos's Corner.
That's the one right before the bottom. Yeah, yeah.
And it's never had a center line, right? Or
I mean, recently, I mean, for years it didn't.
Yeah, for years it didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe when we repaved it, I think is
Guess we're gonna find
when
out.
they first started
Yeah.
striping it, I think.
Bill, you
I was
wanna-
just thinking that, you know, when you're talking to the LCD, if we don't do the line painting, okay, maybe we should put up some caution signs reminding people that there's two-way traffic on those roads.
Yeah.
Particularly at the cross streets or the busier cross streets. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sharp turn ahead.
Yeah, well, I think we should have that in general.
Yeah, different issue, but yeah,
Might do that, I don't know.
but
I
yeah.
think there
Yeah.
are some arrows, there's some arrow signs there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the turn arrow.
There's a few well-placed signs just to remind people.
Fair.
Yeah.
We see, those are blind to us.
That's true. All right, so the motion is to, if we are required to go with the temporary epoxy, knowing that it may fail, and push full line striping out till the spring. And that if we don't need it, we are just gonna push it out to the spring. Is that correct?
So if we need it, we gotta go ahead.
Yep.
If we don't need it, we'll hold it to the spring.
Yep.
Are they guaranteeing that we're like top of the list in the spring?
I will make sure we
You know
are.
that.
They,
What's that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Drop the list of the following.
If anybody wants to start a line striping company, this might be a good time.
Very much, if anyone wants to get into line striping.
The only thing to consider in the future, I'm not sure, maybe like have Pike or whoever, I think they have a little more pull sometimes because they get their stuff when they
We were
do.
told this though, Ricky, when this first contract came
Yeah.
out.
I thought it was in the contract.
We were told from Abby that it would, and it was in the contract that it would be striped.
That's
That's
why-
what we were told,
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
and that's what we go by. And here we are, it's not.
Yep. All right, so all in favor of that motion, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Abstain? All
I will
right.
make a motion to appoint Will Austin as the acting alternate zoning administrator
Can we get a,
pursuant to the policy adopted by the select board on October 14th of 2025.
can we get a second?
Second.
Second, Bill?
We
Will,
discussed this enough.
yeah. Will, are you accepting the appointment,
Nomination.
the nomination?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So all in favor of appointing Will Austin, the acting alternative zoning administrator pursuant to the policy adopted by the select board on October 14th, 2025, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Abstain?
I would just, there's no slash in between. It's the acting alternate.
I think the way it's written is just acting.
Yeah,
No, it's a slash in, making it sound he's the acting zoning administrator or or the zoning, when you put a slash in. He's really the alternate zoning administrator.
okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's written, because I updated that policy. I think it's written as
Yeah, well, that's
acting,
what
because
I'm
that's
saying.
the, yeah.
Well, it should be alternate zoning administrator.
That's not what the policy says. The ordinance that we did is acting.
So is Will the zoning administrator?
No.
No, he is you are. The
And
act,
in the situation where you're unable to serve in that position for whatever reason, okay, and you need somebody to make a decision, Will steps in.
yeah,
Good enough.
yeah. All right, so next is gonna be FY '27 budget.
Did we ask everyone for
I
a
keep
vote?
taking one of your fun, I'll give you the.
Did we did?
No, you didn't.
I did, yeah, I did.
We didn't say, well,
I did, yeah.
okay, I didn't didn't say aye.
So, do you want to go back and do a call that one?
I say aye then also.
Okay.
I was in the middle of asking my question, so I didn't hear it.
Okay. Yep, so it's unanimous on number 10. 11, budget, 2027 budget.
Okay. I keep checking off the things. I know
I know.
you can wait
No,
your
no,
fun,
you're
so I'm
good.
gonna give it back to you.
No, no, it's yours. I just co-opted it.
All right. So in your packets, you'll find a copy of the draft fiscal year '27 budget. This was brought together by all the department heads with what kind of their first round draft budget is. So this is for you all to kind of take a look at what they're looking for. I know we usually sit down with the department heads individually, and you all kind of work through what they're looking for. There are a couple of spots that are still that haven't been filled in. One specifically, I didn't want to assume what your budget was for the select board, so I left that open for you guys to talk about amongst yourselves. Obviously, this is fluid, so I didn't know if there were any questions, but I wanted to present this so that everyone has a chance to kind of look through it before we start moving on to the department head discussions.
I think I'll just wait until the department heads.
Yeah, this is more, sorry.
Yep.
Are we, just quickly on employee benefits, vacation, holiday, sick, are we carrying them as a liability?
Yes, yes.
So these are just temporary blanks?
Correct,
Okay.
yeah.
And so, the plan is that over the next couple meetings, we're gonna hear from a handful of
Yep.
department heads at a time.
Yep.
We'll be able to ask questions.
Yep.
And then by, is it beginning of January?
The beginning of January
So we'll need it
should,
solidified?
yes, so the hope is that by having this presented now, over the next 2 meetings, we can have the department heads come in, meet with you guys, and then we can have a final budget discussion, the first meeting in January, so that way we can get it into the book. The book, we have specific dates that we have to hit for all of that. I do know that we are still waiting on some of the department heads to bring in their letters to put into the book. Mona had put out an email, we're gonna remind everybody that they need to bring those in. We have some, but we don't have all of them. And there are a couple of things that the board will need to take care of, specifically the dedications in the front. We did lose a few residents who were really big involved in the town, so we'll probably want to include them. But that's all up to you all, so.
Okay, excellent. So any questions on this, or just how we're gonna do this?
Well, I'm just looking at some of the expenses that were submitted by some of the departments, and I don't argue that that's what they're asking for, but I think as a select board, we need to try to create a target in terms of where we think the budget's gonna go. Okay, because it's gonna be very hard for us to discuss a budget if we don't have some sort of a target that we're aiming at.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So in the past, we would listen to them.
Yep.
Their wants, and that's all this is.
Yeah.
Their wants, and then you'll get into our wants, and then you'll get into the discussion.
Yeah. I will say the salary lines, I did meet with the department heads. We all agreed that with the social security benefit increase being 3% this year for cost of living, we did keep that in the budget as the cost of living increase for, and we used realistic salaries as to where everybody's at this point in order to create those numbers, so.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Do we have any visibility where health insurance is going?
Right now, we are actually in a very good spot. I have reviewed our new health insurance rates for next year, and we are going up 2%. So. we're
That's
very-
January to
January to December, so we
So
are.
our year is July to June.
Right, yeah,
Yep.
right. So we gotta make a guess for
Right,
the year
right.
following.
But we're in a very good spot right now, thankfully.
That'd be a tough guess.
Yeah.
Always is.
All right, yeah. Seeing no
Somebody gotta do it,
other,
though.
I know, really. Seeing no other questions from the table here, I guess we're gonna push on to financials.
Yes. So I already presented the comparative analysis last board meeting, so we decided to kind of skip this board meeting. But I do have the treasurer's reports. You should have copies of those. I believe Monica gave that to you. I don't know if there were any questions. One of the things I did want to point out, specifically because we were talking about the roads, is that for the restricted funds, you'll see that right now, the resurfacing,
What's that real word?
the bituminous.
There we go.
Bituminous resurfacing. Yeah.
Good to know, because I had no idea.
The balance is that we're looking at is negative $212,177.41. The major reason for that is because of that $200,000 grant that we know that we are going to get. We just haven't gotten it yet. So once we have that, this number will look much, much nicer. But until we're able to do the line striping on River Road and get that completed, we won't have that funding. So again, it's in the restricted funds, so I would like to get that completed by the end of this fiscal year. But if it does carry a little bit into next fiscal year, it's not the end of the world. So.
Do we know what is making the equipment replacement fund significantly negative?
It looks like we started at a negative.
We did, but we went about 40,000 more negative.
Yes, I know that we did have at least one highway truck that we had purchased. That would be, I would have to look and see exactly what we have, what we've allocated to that line. But my assumption is it's mainly highway equipment.
Okay.
Purchased two, I think, didn't
Yep.
they?
Yep.
So my only question is going to be, have we fixed the Excel spreadsheet on this thing here, that the negative $260,000 is actually added in instead of subtracted from what the balance needs to be?
Say that again.
I don't.
If you add all of the non-yellows, okay, it will be higher than the $4,040,000.
Right.
So when you go to the front page, and it says $4,040,000 of balance is restricted funds, it actually should be some 240, 50, 60, $260,000 higher. Because the Excel spreadsheet subtracts that instead of saying it should be. And I get it, you're saying here that it's negative, but if you're gonna go in on the first page and say that there's, out of that balance, there is needed $4,040,000, it's not correct. And
Oh, you're saying right here, this number?
Yeah.
This 440?
This number down here.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Oh, this one down
I mean, I say it every single
Yep.
year, every single time we get this thing. And Lucretia at the last meeting, I think, or 2 meetings ago, agreed with it.
Yeah, 440.
So you'd have to be bored one day and take every single fund number and add them all up.
Yeah, the way you have it presented on the front page, you have the 440
4 million.
balance of, 4 million of the restricted funds, and then underneath it, you're showing
What's
Right.
owed to?
Right.
what's
Oh,
owed.
restricted.
Okay, so
What's
that says you might be, you're double numbering those if you didn't
I
add
mean,
together
that
the
is,
440.
Lucretia started doing it by adding that in there. But if somebody just looks at it, it's saying it's owed. So it's $261,000, $449 is owed to the restricted funds.
Well,
But
I
where is
guess-
it gonna come from?
I guess the question I would ask, okay, are you trying to represent that the 4,040,000 is actual physical cash that's in a checking account or some account for the town?
That's how I was reading it.
Well, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's
Right.
more of a
There-
fluid number.
There's actually $8,693,702.81.
Yep.
That's in the account.
Right.
So what they're saying is that there's actually 8 million whatever, and that, of that, 4,040,586 should be part of that 8, okay? And then it's saying, okay, well, somewhere, somehow, whatever, $261,000 is owed to that general fund number up here, the 8,693,000.
Right.
And then it's telling you that the education on December 1, which is coming up pretty quick, is $8,636,000. So, but you gotta remember, this is October 31st.
Right, and taxes were due in November,
So,
Yep.
so there has been a change since then, okay? So,
Yep.
we're looking at an October 31st.
Right.
So there's probably somewhere around 14 or 15 million dollars, hopefully with the November,
We have, yes, we
Collection.
can cover the state of Vermont
Yeah.
easily. I'm not concerned about that.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that, I'm just saying that this somehow, it really should be reading, or the Excel spreadsheet just needs to
Well, it's-
take a negative and make it a
The
positive.
balance of the account currently sits at 4040 with it, but then there's an additional accounts payable of
Right.
261.
Right.
Yes.
Right,
Right.
Okay.
So, that's all.
I understand.
yeah.
Okay, so do we have
I'll make a
anything?
motion to accept the treasurer's report of October 31st, 2025.
Can I get a second to accept the treasurer's report
Second.
of October? Okay. Do you want to add anything? Are you good?
No, I just want to mention that I did move, in last year's budget, we have 145,000 that the golf course supposed to give it to us, to
Yeah.
the town. And I did move that money last month, in October. So you can see that actually in the report too.
Yeah, it's on the golf course pro, transfer to town, $145,000.
Excellent. Cool. Thank you. All right, so, we didn't vote on it, right? No.
No.
All in favor of accepting the treasurer's report of October 31st, 2025, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Excellent. All right, that goes to warrants. Bill and I are gonna go in to sign the ones that are unsigned. There are a few other,
Well, this is just, there's no motion now, because we made it that you two sign, and then anyone can sign here.
yeah, so I'm just gonna pass these around for the golf course ones, the ones that have been signed. The ones that haven't been signed, Bill and I, we're gonna go in,
We'll look at it tomorrow.
we're gonna look at them tomorrow. And then you can either come in and look at them, or we'll bring them to the next meeting and you can look at them then. All right, so that's gonna be it for warrants. See, I crossed them out.
Oh, I checked
It's
them.
good, yeah. Okay, we're going to second round of citizen concerns.
We
Not
have-
seeing any in the room. Yes, Joshua Eckler, sorry.
Hey, Josh.
Hey,
Hey, so this is Josh Eckler. I'm speaking as the owner of the Trailside Inn on Coffee House Road next to Green Mountain National Golf Course.
excellent wedding
I've never
venue.
spoke here. What's that?
I said an excellent wedding venue.
Well, thank you. So, I've watched us, the town has come up with all these great plans for Killington Forward and the access road and the Killington corridor and everything else. And you're smiling because you know exactly what I'm about to say.
I live over by
I'm
you.
listening to
Yep.
bus discussions, and we used to have bus service to our place all the way down to Pittsfield.
Mhm.
And I really think that the town needs to, and this has also been a great criticism of mine to the chamber, is that they believe the Killington businesses start and stop on the end of the access road. And there's a lot more people that support this community, like myself and our business. And you guys see our liquor permits all the time for our weddings and everything else. And if there's a bus discussion, I really hope something is included to the businesses like myself down the road in the flats and all that to start actually including the Killington business as a bigger community. Saturday and Sunday bus service for the winter down to my place would be greatly appreciated. And I'll tell you right now, our hiring process for people, we are impacted by the fact that the bus was taken away from us, 20 years ago, whenever service down Route 100, started, so.
Yeah.
Josh, I'll end up sending you when the next bus meeting is. It's usually on a Tuesday, I think the first Tuesday of the month down at the bus. And it's from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon time. It usually ends around 11:30, 11:45. I can tell you that, the resort does not look at the bus only at, because the resort is on that meeting and myself. And we've been, for the last 2 years, trying to get the bus to go out, not to Pittsfield, but out towards you.
North
Okay?
Sherburne.
And then we're also trying to get it to go back out towards First Stop Ski Shop on Route 4, including Val Rock and other places. And it's really going to come down to a funding mechanism, and then it's going to come back to, like when you say it's really a missed place, well, what is it worth to you to have the bus? I don't know how else to put it, but that's what this is coming down to, is how much money is it going to cost to run another bus, an extra, it's $137 an hour is what they talk about, times X amount of days. And I would say going out towards First Stop, Killington Road, and then also including out towards, say, Stage Road or whatever, okay? It's probably going to add a little over an hour on each trip.
If it was the same bus, probably.
Well, even still, it's gonna be,
Yeah.
and you're gonna bring another bus up.
Right, and that's a whole.
So no matter what, it's $137,
Yep.
I believe, an hour right now. So we're trying to get everything together, Josh, and I know I'll bring it back up at the December meeting, and I'll let you know when that December meeting is, if you just want to zoom in or come on down.
Yeah, if you have my email, Jim, so just
Yeah, I
shoot me
do.
an email.
I do. You come in for all your permits, so I got it.
Yeah. And I'd love to have some representation from North Sherburne, so.
We're Killington, we're not North Sherburne.
Yeah, and
That's
then,
right.
Josh, that's how I look at it, it's all Killington, okay? It is.
Yeah.
It's all
Yep.
Killington. But then, others will say we would love to get the money from Killington, the whole town, to fund the whole bus.
Right. All right, any other public comments, concerns?
Can you repeat the number for the educational tax, Jim? I think you mentioned it.
Is $8,636,207 due to the state of Vermont, December 1st.
And that is half
And that is half of
the year.
the year, right?
It's twice a year.
Yeah.
That's
It's
only
due
half.
That's half.
December 1
Yeah.
and June 1.
Yep.
And then there's another payment that goes directly to the school.
That's not as,
That's not
Yeah.
included in,
Not in that number.
Correct.
so we're what, 17,200,000
ish, yeah,
and change, plus whatever that other.
plus whatever goes straight to the school.
Jim, do you have any sense of what that other number is?
It's
Like
about $1
just-
million.
Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere, it all depends on what year, but around 800,000 to $1 million, $1.1 million.
Yeah.
It's around $18 million of our tax money goes
Yeah, 18 to 19 goes to education.
to education, so when everybody keeps on coming in and saying, and I get it, it's a total tax rate. I do get that, folks. It's a total tax rate.
What's
I
our
actually-
town number?
Well, so I was actually looking about the tax rate numbers, and it looks like the municipal tax rate has not significantly changed over the past 6 or 7 years. It's the school tax rate that has changed,
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
And part of the issue is because the CLA comes into effect, that this time around with the CLA, we're getting hurt, or most are getting
Most are
hurt.
getting hurt, yeah.
Not all. So when the reappraisal's done, I guess that's another question for another day, but when that's done, it will smooth some things out,
Mhm.
but you'll get 65% that will be seeing something lower, and
Yeah.
35%
See
that
some
will
higher.
see something higher.
Yeah. And just for perspective, I think right now, the last year's budgeted town budget was 7.7, so it's very much education in the taxes.
Yeah, but it's 7.7 for the total, but there's funds that come in.
Yes.
So it's only about
Yeah,
five
five and
and a
change.
half or whatever that's collected by taxes.
Yep,
The
5.5 was
18
budgeted.
The 18 or 19 million is completely
Completely collected.
covered
Yeah.
by taxes.
Yep. Yeah. Big difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
My last bit on that is the non-homestead folks, and that includes land, businesses, long-term rentals, and short-term rentals, probably pays 80 to 85% of that.
of the 5.5.
No, of the
Of the
18,
18.
19 million. okay? The non-homestead, everyone sits here and says the homestead, my tax rate is higher than. A lot of people are getting prebates and rebates. Their total taxes, when you take that into consideration, is a lot lower than the non-homestead tax rate. The last time I looked at this, there was something like 260 actual homestead properties out of the 3,200 or whatever. Okay? Now, I know it's changed, because that was about 8 or 9 years ago. And then the majority of those 260 or whatever receive a prebate and/or rebate.
So just to put the numbers in context, I'd asked the Mountain Valley School Union for some statistical data recently, and they provided that to me. That means that based on the numbers that you all just supplied and using an average number of $1 million for that extra fund, we're currently sending $177,400 per pupil in Killington to the state of Vermont. And we get back, what, 15, I think, give or take, per pupil goes to the school union.
But we get the million.
Yeah, the million goes
The
straight to
million
our
is
school.
actually for the amount of students that we have.
Oh, okay, so that's the.
So that's the easy way, like nobody on it, that the $1 million, what we pay directly to the supervisory union, John, that is to run the schools from pre-K to 12th grade for the town students.
So that's about 10,000-ish.
Okay.
round numbers.
Yeah.
And then the 18 million is what the state takes.
For
Kind of,
just to dispute
they
it out.
dispute out. So
Yeah.
some of that comes back here also.
Yeah.
A certain percentage of
A
it,
small portion.
yeah.
All right. Any other comments, concerns from citizen? No. We do have, so select board member comments and concerns. I'm gonna actually include this to, we asked for some invoices from the fire chief. He has those. I don't believe looking at the vehicle itself or vehicles would be executive session. So we can look at those now, as part of this.
So we came out of executive session the last time, but in executive session, we asked the fire chief to come out for pricing 3 or whatever of a pickup truck. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes, the chief's, it's been called a couple different things, but the command vehicle.
The command vehicle.
There you go.
So first, I'm just gonna start to say that probably should have, but we will. I'm gonna make a motion to have the fire chief go
Yeah, I
out to
guess we
get
should,
us,
yeah.
to get pricing
Let's get you-
on a command
Command vehicle.
truck.
Yeah,
Okay? Can I get a second?
yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now can we see
Now,
the
yeah.
pricing?
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you have your pricing, or do you want to give your basic presentation to the group?
Whatever's easiest for you.
You
don't
just
matter.
read it off.
Yeah.
So I got a few different prices. I know Mark Fiore also got a few. I priced, I looked at Ford F-150s and Ford Expeditions. The pricing for the Expedition is $53,985, which they can't get. They're having issues getting them vehicles, as well as the F-150, and that came in at $56,823, and that's without anything on them, just plain Jane vehicles. It's a special service vehicle, and they're just, Ford had reached out all over the United States trying to get them, and they can't get them. Mark Fiore also called the governor, and they told him the same thing. So I reached out to some dealers out of New York that fully equipped trucks and SUVs. Their turnaround time is 40 days, and they do have them in stock. The one that I priced out was a 2026 Chevy Tahoe, and completely equipped with everything that I would need in it. It came to $92,000. The F-150 from a different company down that way, priced it out, and they're a 6-month ETA waiting time from the order date, and they're at $96,400. So
Is that full package too?
that's for full everything, yep. So the was hoping to shoot for the Chevy just because of the turnaround time and the being able to get it. All these other companies, they can't even get them in, so.
Billy, can you remind me how much just the car was for the Tahoe?
So just for the Tahoe itself, it was $59,875.
So what is all the upgrades, Billy?
It would be all the lights, sirens. They do put a box in the back for my gear, run all the lights, everything, all the wiring. The only thing that wouldn't be in it when I got it would be radios, which we have some here that were taken out of some older vehicles, which I'm gonna use, which would be a huge cost savings. A lot of the cost, I would say, is upfitting it with all the lights and stuff in it, the time it takes them to do it.
Did you get a price besides the one that has the Tahoe? What a standalone price would be for that?
For just the Chevy Tahoe?
If we brought them any of these, like an Expedition, F-150, the Tahoe.
I think it would be, so if you brought the F-150 to them to have it fitted out, you're gonna be pretty close to the same price as what I'm gathering from all these companies. It's gonna be pretty close.
That's
minus up or down, maybe a few thousand.
So I'm gonna get my ass handed to me here, but I'm gonna ask the question anyway, so. And it has nothing to do against you, Billy, or Paul, whoever else is back there, or whatever. But when we did discuss this, it was more of trying to get, and you're not there have been other fire chiefs that have asked for this or whatever, okay? Or not this. The whole idea is to get a pickup truck or a vehicle for the fire chief to use to get to a call. It wasn't really to get a fully command truck. That's what I've been underneath the impression from in the past, and that maybe things have changed. So when we had this discussion in executive session about moving this forward, I was thinking, and I don't know what the rest of the board was thinking, but I was thinking that we were gonna come back with like, you know, a $56,000, $60,000 Ford F-150 or a GMC 1500, and then getting what all the other volunteer firemen have their, what, is it a blue light? For what color? Red, okay. Blue is you?
Blue's police. Blue's you.
I don't know which is which because I don't get pulled over. So I just know they're all blue lights. So that's to the board. That's what I thought we were getting something. So a chief had a vehicle, not a command vehicle yet, that could be worked into a budget for the budget. I thought we were going right now to get something for the chief to be able to throw the gear in the back, get going, but it looks like it's moving more towards, and maybe it's the right move, don't know, to a command vehicle, but is the command vehicle going to be used for others when the chief isn't using it?
So I think and I could be wrong, but before my time here, when Craig was chief, they were pushing for a truck with a plow. And we kind of got away with that, so the town's gonna plow, we agreed upon that.
I can tell you whatever was said about the town getting for Craig, a truck with a plow.
Forget that.
Well, no, you guys went around, we never had that conversation.
Okay.
I was gonna put that flat out.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. Well, anyways, for me to get a pickup truck and get a cap on it, at -20 degrees, and I go to a call and my gear's wet, and I gotta throw it in the back, and I got an ice cube.
Yeah.
So to say a command vehicle it's not gonna really be completely equipped like some command vehicle you'd see in New York City, but my gear's gonna be safe in there, it's gonna be warm when I need it. You know, I do live in Mount Holly, and so if I'm running from a call, just to say I'm on call 24/7. We have a call down to 100, and I gotta come that way. I would like my gear to be appropriately warm when I gotta put it on, or have my stuff safe inside the cab.
So does the command vehicle have full heat 24/7?
Well, if I plug it in. They have a short plug just like here, and it would say warm, my stuff would be in there, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the passenger seat next to where you're driving doesn't have the warmth for your coat and boots and...
Well, I don't want to put my stuff in there because there's cancer-causing particulates, and I don't want them on the seat. So of all the stuff, that's why it's in the back in a box, it's safe.
Where's the cancer particulate? Is it from the fire
On
itself?
the gear, it could be on the
I
gear.
see.
Most firefighters don't keep their gear in the vehicle, actually, it's looked upon as that, but
Yeah.
you don't do that.
Okay, didn't know.
And that's why the box.
As a
in the back is-
skier, I usually leave my gloves and helmet and stuff in the passenger seat. I don't have a heated bay, you know, in the back.
Yeah, but you're not fighting, and I get it, Billy, and I really, I have to ask the questions.
No,
I'm
you're
asking.
okay.
I have to.
It's okay, yeah, you're
All
good.
right, but I also have to say, like, yeah, I mean, you're not taking your ski gloves to a fire and having this stuff, and this is
Yeah.
why they have washing machines and dryers or whatever that clean equipment too. I get it all, I'm just telling you where the conversation was when I was thinking of it, and maybe it's changed, and, you know, it's about $30,000.
30 more, yeah, it's like half the price.
Not really, because I was thinking like, I told you, like in the 54 to 60 for the truck, and then how much for the lights and stuff, and now I'm finding out there's, and I get it, that there's a heating element that you're gonna be plugging in or whatever, so, to keep your gear warm or whatever, and I understand that. And then just my silly questions will be then is like, what is the, are we gonna be getting you know, an electric bill for this? And I don't think the answer's gonna be yes, but somebody else might ask that question out there, so I'll stop them from asking it.
Just at this point in time, I have a hard time swallowing $93,000.
You know,
Fair.
and I'm gonna say it, this, even though I asked these questions, Billy.
No, it's okay.
No, I have to ask them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I don't think it's a $92,000 hit. I think it's, where I was going was 60.
60, 70.
Plus maybe 12 to 15 to outfit it, so I'm up to, say, 75. So to get to 90, I'm 15 off, and, you know, even though I asked these questions, I would be voting yes to move forward with the Chevy Tahoe at 92, that I understand it at this point. But I would also be saying, let's try to go to community banking, get another 5.37 loan or something, or lease it for whatever, and go from there.
Put out to a plan versus straight buy it out of the
I don't
capital.
think you lease that type of vehicle. I mean, by the time you outfit it, it's not really something you lease.
With the option to buy, and you can buy or whatever, but, so, to me, I asked my questions, I got my answers.
Mhm.
I'm looking at probably it's $15,000 to $18,000 more than I was thinking. But there was something in there that I was not thinking about, of the equipment in the back and the toolbox and everything else. And yeah, I wouldn't want to leave my ski boots in my car and then getting out and trying to go and find a hairdryer.
Just for the record, I didn't mean that disrespect.
Oh, you're not-
I had no idea.
No, you never know, there's no
Questions?
disrespect at all. I'm not-
No, I think we hire good people, and we need to give them the tools to be effective. And it would just be stupid if we don't give him what he needs. Okay, and we can, 15,000, 18, in the grand scheme of things, you don't want to spend the town's money, but you're spending way more of the town's money by having an employee that can't do the work that they need to get done.
And then I'm gonna bring out one more thing, because we're kind of missing it with this fire chief. This fire chief was making, and it's gonna be public, so you're gonna have to get used to this.
Oh, it's okay.
But it was $55,000, and he offered to stay on, and we told him he was nuts, because anybody else was like 75 to 85,000, and we can, you know.
So you're saying, the 25,000 or
Well,
the
so
20,000?
we budgeted for 80,000 for his salary. If he's only getting 55.
No,
there's-
65, because we
65.
said he was nuts.
Okay, so
Yeah.
65.
So there's-
But there's still, that's that 15,000 that you're
Right,
looking at.
and I wanted to bring that out,
So-
that this man has stepped up, and that's, you know.
So did we budget for this?
No,
The
we've
truck?
never budgeted for a truck.
No, it just comes
No.
out of capital, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. It's-
Capital / some of the savings that we have with
Yeah.
So
salary,
it's,
so.
it's really not my job to figure out how you're gonna finance it all at once.
Right.
Or why don't we take that Ford truck over at the highway that's supposedly not good, and then we give it over to?
That is not a water truck. They put wheels and guns.
No, they got
You're talking
tires.
about a different truck,
Or
I think.
different-
You're talking about the one ton, I believe.
No,
Jim's
no.
talking about.
Do we have any trucks that we need to turn in?
No,
Okay,
not at this time.
That's all. Okay.
That is.
The one with the flat, the.
I've been told that
The gray
that
Ford.
has new
Yeah.
tires, has been fixed, and
Realign the front.
is inspected
Yeah.
or inspectable.
Do we need a motion here to go forward?
So, to be
Is it-
safe,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
make, I-
Do you have anything? Yeah. I will say also, the 90,000 is definitely higher than where I thought. So I'm a little bit more leaning to where Jay is, where that's a little bit hard to swallow, though I do understand the argument of.
no, so I'm gonna make a
We're making
motion so we can have a vote.
What Jim said though about the salary though, I
Yeah.
mean, that's.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we move forward with the 2026 Chevy Tahoe
Yes, sir.
as a command vehicle, outfitted as, can I have what it's outfitted, so there's nothing else later?
Outfitted what?
Outfitted
do you
as
have the
that piece
invoice?
of paperwork?
What's in it?
What's in it?
All kinds of stuff. Would you like it?
Can I get a copy of it?
Yes.
Okay, that's
I'll
all.
go make you a copy.
Well, just give me that one right now, and then you can make.
He's
a
gonna
copy
read
of it.
off some
I'm
stuff.
just gonna read some stuff off, that's all.
You got a pinched nerve in my back, so you gotta.
Here's a quote number and the price.
So I'm going to make a motion to move forward with purchasing a 2026 Chevy Tahoe SSV all-wheel drive command vehicle. It has the VIN number on it, 3-year, 36,000 bumper to pumper, limited warranty, that's what it says. It says bumper to pumper.
Bumper?
I'm
It's a
pretty
fire
sure
truck.
It's probably supposed to be bumper to bumper. But 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty with all of these additions onto it that our fire chief states is what he needs for the fire department. And the total cost is $92,000.
All right, can I get a second?
Second.
Second. I'll give you, Jake, a minute to look that over. Is there any questions?
I think you can go ahead, I don't think it's gonna make a difference here.
I agree. All right, so all in favor for this truck, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Aye.
Aye.
And abstained?
Well, nay.
Oh, nay, nay. Opposed, or abstained, should be no one. So it passes.
And I would like to just say, I'm not saying that I don't support.
I
I
absolutely.
support the fire department.
I understand
I
that.
was just saying that $93,000, and we haven't dug into the budget yet to see what that's gonna do to the whole town as a whole. I have a little trouble right now swallowing $93,000.
Yeah, and same thing. I think we definitely need something, but that's a hard one to hit.
And then, I know it's hard, but I also know, like, I think their last command vehicle or whatever lasted something like 15 years.
It's true.
Turned into a Flintstone where they were running their feet underneath the boards or whatever. So when I look at $92,000 over 10 years, it's $9,200 a year.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Just quick question, out of curiosity. How much are police cruisers?
They are a smaller vehicle, being the Explorer.
Yes.
Yeah, and so probably fully kitted out, slightly different kitted out, with a cage instead of a heated box and stuff. But they were, what,
Yeah.
60?
$30,000 less.
Yeah, 60.
I did have a conversation.
that was
with
how
Billy
many
about
years
that,
ago?
So he could probably add.
2 years ago?
He didn't go for that.
2 years ago. Well, no, and yes, I will say the reason why that size wasn't used is, so Billy, you were saying this, the heating box does not fit in that.
Just, so like with Witt's car, it works perfect for him, but I have a lot of gear, so I have ice rescue equipment, swift water equipment. When you put that box in the back, if I went with like the Ford Explorer, they don't have the cubic feet of space, and I would have to keep the back seats down, whereas the Tahoe, I could keep them up and still have room for gear and still be able to haul people in the back or transport them, so that's why I was looking at that. Yeah, cool.
I mean, the vote's been
Yeah.
taken, it's going. and they've
That's
been
just
thrown.
information.
There's $550,845.01 in the fire department capital.
Yeah.
Suggest we don't come in with some $400,000 more between now and the next time.
Hopefully not.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, is there any, now that's because of our pseudo member comment concern, is there any true comments and concerns?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have another topic.
Okay,
Okay, it was, I had a conversation with Seth Webb on, from the Woodstock
It's a blast from the
School.
past.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, and he was curious if we had received any updates from the Killington members on the supervisory union, because he is going to be going out, okay, asking for support from all of the towns for the pending high school
Yeah.
or pending school construction plan. I told him I knew nothing about it. In 6 months, sitting on the select board, we have not heard anything about what's going on at Woodstock. And he was going to get to the members of the Killington contingent there to make sure that they get in and give us an update at some point in time.
Yeah. So I have heard back from Carrie Bristow. This is Bristow. Used to be Bristow?
Bristow.
Bristow.
Toe.
Oh, Bristow, okay, not Doe. I didn't take Spanish with her. She's a former teacher at the school, now she's on the select board. She or a representative from the school board will be coming to our December 22nd meeting. So they're gonna be on the agenda for that, and they're working with Linda to make sure that they're on there.
And Seth has been coming to me through emails, because I sat on the school board for 15 years. And my argument always was, is you're trying to build a private school on public dollars. They are coming around saying now they need to pour a foundation for a third floor, but don't see all the plans yet, but they understand that they need to get out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And I think Kerry Bristow and Sherry Sousa and probably Seth coming the 22nd will be the first kickoff to get, because they are going to come forward with a vote again in March.
Yeah, yeah. You had a question on it?
Could you just maybe consider a different day for public participation? The 22nd before Christmas is pretty, I think you're going to get a low turnout from the public, and therefore the lack of information distribution is probably not going to yield what we want, so.
Can we reach back out and get to our next meeting?
It would push them out into January.
Whichever way, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, John, it's okay, because they're putting it up for a vote, no matter what. We don't control that vote, it's the district.
So maybe
I
closer to
think
the
maybe middle of January, and it'd probably be better anyway, because then we'll be done with our budget stuff the middle of January. They'll have theirs, and then we need an information meeting from them before the vote in March. So I agree with late January, beginning of February, really, because it will be fresh in everybody's minds.
Yeah, it depends upon what kind of feedback they want from us. but,
Yeah, oh yeah, I'll reach out to her and say, hey, would you be amendable to this? Or if there's a specific reason they need to do it in December, then, yeah.
No, I mean, they're gonna put it up for a vote.
Well, they asked for, they asked for one of the next couple meetings. So I don't know if there's a reason why they're trying to get in December. But yes, if they're able to, then we'll try and
Well, I
push it
think
to
they have
January.
budgetary issues that they have to deal with too, okay?
Yeah.
In terms of everything. And I also think from my conversation with Seth, that the Act 73 thing might have them a little spooked, because one of the
Yeah.
maps had
them
no
going
school
with
in
basically.
Woodstock. So,
Yep.
so I would bet that there's some political urgency to some of the things that they're talking about.
Yeah, but I'll reach out to.
Why would it have to be at a select board meeting?
It's just they asked to come to one. that's why.
Actually, what Seth was saying is that he went to all of the members of the supervisory union and asked them to go to their select boards to get the select boards to, give some sort of support or give some sort of critique okay?
We
And we
don't-
hadn't
we
heard
don't
anything
control
from
it.
Killington.
We have
Yeah.
two representatives
Yeah.
on the school board,
Yeah.
and we haven't heard from them. That was the
Right, we haven't heard
question.
from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 6
I don't
months
know
on
that's
the
our
board, we haven't heard
position to support or not support.
from them. Yeah, we can't.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we haven't been up there.
I think they just want to use our meeting as a platform
Yeah,
to kind of get out their information.
yeah. Right now, we can't
Yeah, there's
support or
nothing
not
for us.
support. We don't have the information.
I just think it's better off in mid-January, because we have our budget.
Yep.
It's already December, folks. It's December.
Yeah, I'll reach out to her.
And we need to get our budget done, and we would be willing to talk, listen to them come in January, because it's gonna come to a vote no matter what.
Yeah, regardless if they
And
come or
just-
not, it's gonna.
And like talking with Seth, because I have met up with him a couple of times, you know, they're saying that the bond vote would be only going through, and maybe something's changed, I haven't talked to Seth in a month, but the funding from the state would have to be kicked in, which I don't see that happening at
Yeah.
this point, okay? And in it states that, I think the state, because if they do redistrict the districts, and Killington is pulled out, then we're not gonna be liable for a share for a school that we're not in that district. So some of that stuff has to get worked out, and I think that's what they really wanna come here to talk to us about.
Okay, sounds good.
So, but I'd rather get our budget, just like they
Yeah.
want to get their budget,
Sure.
I'd rather get our budget done.
You had something too?
Yeah, so as far as the fire department's concerned, I do support you guys. I was a volunteer for many years. You know, did my tour of duty to the fire department, was trained for firefighter 1. I would like to urge the people in Killington, the citizens, to stand up and volunteer. If you don't want to continue to see your taxes and the fire department's money escalate, then everybody needs to step up and help out and do their share, as a lot of us have on the fire department. So please urge everybody to do that. I don't know what Billy would say. Some people probably could serve in some capacity that they wouldn't need to go spend a lot of time training. There's things they could do. Other people, they have the time, yes, go do your firefighter 1, do your firefighter, whatever you gotta do to make it work. But I would urge the citizens to stand up and do something to help keep their taxes from escalating out of control. Thank you.
And any volunteers would reach out to you directly, Billy? Okay, yeah, so if anyone's interested in volunteering, and Polly, maybe that's, you know, a good quote from a select board member right there. If they're interested, then reach out to Billy. Thank you, Jay.
So we don't have a manager report, right?
Don't have a manager's report. We have this letter.
Yeah, can we push that until the manager's here, since he's
Sure.
had conversations with?
Yeah.
So can we, I'd like to make a motion at 8:04 PM.
Well, I think we have to sign this one. The
Oh, I thought
dog
we
bite.
already told you. Okay.
Did we?
Like we already had you, we already
We-
voted on it.
yeah,
just
so I
signed
can
it.
just sign it? Okay.
I do have one thing real quick, I forgot to say in my financial report. The auditors are requesting to be here on the 8th at our next board meeting.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that everyone's aware of that. They plan to be here as long as we are able to put them on the agenda, but they have requested it, so.
No, we're not turning them down like the school. It's part of our budget. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion at 8:04 to go into executive session for contracts.
Contracts.
Okay,
Yep, and likely no motions are gonna be made coming out of that.
okay.
All right. So can I get so you made the motion, can I get a second to go in at 8:05?
Second.
Second, all right, all in favor?
Aye.